Hey everyone, I hope that you're all doing really well. I'm live. Right, here we go. Here we go, my friends. How is everyone doing? I hope that you can hear me. Please let me know if you can hear me all right. I think I've set everything up properly. But then again, you never know. You know what I'm like with my technology. Guys, if you can hear me, can you just press a yes or type yes or a thumbs up? But anyway, guys, welcome to the live stream. I have actually missed not being live. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been a couple of weeks. But yeah, like can you hear me all right? Can everyone hear? Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Do you know me and my technology? Oh, amazing. Thank you, guys. Okay, right. Whew. We can start. We can actually start. This is good. This is good because they've left me alone to my own devices here in the studio. Obviously, it's quite late here in the UK. So I've kind of had to set this up myself. But as you know, I'm not very good with technology. But here we go. Nevertheless, we are here and I am live, guys. Thank you so much for being here and being with all of us here. And I am grateful for your precious time and for just being such a wonderful community. Like, thank you so much. Guys, as always, let me know where you are watching from, because obviously, like, I love knowing all of this stuff. So yeah, guys, let me know where you're watching from. I'm in the UK currently. We're experiencing a heat wave, so I am not complaining, but just I've got to let you know that in this studio there is no aircon. I know, like, shock horror. I know some of you would have been like, oh my god. Yeah, there's no aircon, so my makeup will probably melt off my face, so I do apologize for that. But nevertheless, the show will go on because it's not about my makeup. So we've got Essex, we've got the UK in the house, we've got the Netherlands, we've got Virginia, we've got Eastern Oregon, we've got Georgia in the US, we've got Northern Virginia, we've got New York. Hello, guys. Hello. Jerry, of course you can ask something. That's not a problem. Not a problem at all. Do keep the questions coming, guys, because like, you know, like in between, you know, I will be kind of answering your questions as well. I was drowning well a couple of last weeks. Oh goodness, the studio is way cool. Big prop. Oh no, tell me about it, Eric. Like, it's got all these props. It's like I'm really enjoying my time here in this studio. I recently discovered it, so yeah, really like this. Oh, thank you, Richard. I've been watching you and many others speak on Narcissistic. I've been through for 8 years, well, 7 until all my questions were. Oh, bless you, Richard. At least you're here now, you know, and you're moving forward from it. Hello, Natasha from Malta. Wow. Oh, Eric 11, can we mention borderline tonight? Anushka, as you did mention it on a video on it. Yeah. Of course, we can talk about that. That's fine. We can talk about whatever you need to, guys, today. Okay, we've got Missouri, we've got Hawaii. Oh my gosh, some really cool places. Thank you so much to each and every one of you for being here. Like, I really appreciate it. And I know that we're all on different time zones here, so I am so grateful. Guys, there's 44 of you watching. Please do smash the like button. There's only 8 likes. Do you know why? Because it really helps with the algorithm, like basically to get this content out there for someone who can really who really is in need. Ultimately, that's what it's about. We've got Australia in the house and Ohio. Hello, guys. Hello. Yes, Kerry, it has started and you are here. Hello, my dear. Hello, guys. Yeah, please do press the like button. Today, we've got Maine in the house as well. Today, we are talking about narcissistic baiting. So that ultimately, okay, there is another word for it as well. It's reactive abuse. Now, you know, the reason why I really wanted to talk about it today is because I've got to say, like, truthfully, okay, I have been working with some of you, like my clients, and do you know what? Like, so many of you have been talking about, like, this is what I found a trend in the work that I was doing, that it was talking about not understanding reactive abuse, baiting. ultimately. It's not that you don't understand it. When it's happening to you, you don't necessarily identify that that is what is happening. And what it is I will go into it, but that's what I really want to look at today, guys, is what actually is it, and some markers that actually you can identify it, okay? Because this is, if anything, guys, today, I really hope what you take from the live today is what it is, be able to identify it and know exactly what is going on and how you can protect yourself from it, because this is what is really important. We've got North London, Kerry, hello. We've got North London in the house. This is where literally I was born and raised. So massive, massive shout out to you. You were almost continent initially. Yeah, I'm on another continent. Avro says, can I ask you to upload the video on how to get revenge on my enemies and move on? Let me know. Afro Samurai Warrior 1988. Do you know what? There is already videos on the channel that talks about revenge on your enemies. Do you know what the ultimate revenge is? The ultimate revenge is you living well, you healing and living well. Ultimately, you being at your optimum energy. That is the ultimate revenge. And you don't need to get revenge on someone else. You don't need to stoop down to their level, because that's not who you are. Do you know what I mean? It's not that. It's about you living your best life, ultimately. And this is what I talk about, isn't it, my friends? This is ultimately what we talk about, is living our best life, because actually, stuff everyone else. This is your life. You have this life and it's yours. Okay. And it's about you living a good one. Okay. We got Tennessee as well. Oh my gosh, such cool places. Hello, Navy Mars 7. Richard says, my narcissistic ex, her mother is a narc. I'm worried about her 7-year-old daughter becoming a narcissist as well. Do you know what, Richard? I know this is really difficult with children. Okay, with children, particularly with toxic or narcissistic parents. The thing is, we can't actually stop it from happening. What we can do is, in terms of children, it's about you being there emotionally and that child being able to express themselves, and you being there emotionally to support your child. If the child has unconditional love and recognizes it, then that is the foundation, basically, of all parenting, of all connections, of all relationships. If that child knows they're safe and secure, particularly like with at least one parent, then the chances of that child developing narcissism or being narcissistic, it lowers the chances significantly. So ultimately, whilst you're probably thinking, I'm trying to get that child away from that environment, it's not always possible that we can do that. But what you can do is give it the best start, give your child the best start by showing unconditional, positive regard, love, listening to them, helping them, talking with them. And, that's what's important. Okay, that is what is important. Jerry, I found out that my girlfriend was having a text relationship with this guy when she gave me her laptop. So she broke up with me. And I confronted her about how I want to text him and ask if something happened. Jerry, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't ask. You know why? All you need to know is that she was doing that. She was texting. Okay, that's what you know. And whatever was said, then that's between them. Do you know what I mean? Because ultimately, wanting to find out, wanting to know, like, how is it going to help you? Do you know what I mean? Is it going to help you? Excuse me. Is it really going to help you out? Knowing what was said is going to make you upset, make you jealous, maybe make you question yourself. And, at the end of the day, she's not doing it anymore. And she was obviously doing that. That's what you need to know, isn't it? That's what you need to know. You're welcome, Afro. Far away from corruption. Okay, so guys, I'm going to start talking about narcissistic baiting, because I feel like this is really important. Reactive abuse. So what actually is it? Have any of you, right, my friends that are here, have any of you actually experienced this? Any of you have experience of baiting, reactive abuse? Ultimately, what it does mean is when somebody causes a reaction or a disturbance within you, and they cause you to behave in a way that isn't how you normally would do, and you then start to think, that's not really me. That's not really who I am. And it causes you to question your own integrity, actually. When in fact, what really has been going on here is that this person has been triggering you to behave in a certain way. So a few of you have experienced this, yeah. And at the time when this is happening, we don't necessarily recognize that it is happening. And this is what, like I said in the intro, like I have really seen this happen to my clients throughout the years that I've been working with. And these individuals make you think that you are the issue, that the problem is you. And ultimately, if you really look at this, it is like a projection, isn't it? It's the way that they think, the way that they behave, this perpetrator or that person that is doing this to you. It is how they would handle it. So they get you to react in a certain way. Okay, that isn't you. That isn't something that you could even imagine doing. However, you have been triggered to the point that it makes you behave in a certain way. Now, a lot of people that don't understand baiting would say, well, how? Like, how? What, you're not in control of yourself? So you just allow someone to have that control over you? Well, it's all well and good for judgment and for comments like that, isn't it? And at the end of the day, it sounds to me like that person making a comment like that, okay, doesn't really understand the complexity of the abuse. Because it isn't just a matter that you're not in control. The thing is, you have been triggered to such a state that actually you second guess yourself. So that part is abuse because you're already emotionally triggered. You already feel anxious, possibly not even able to eat or sleep. So your resources are depleted. You feel tired. You feel emotionally exhausted. And the two of those things really can impact you cognitively. And so this is when it becomes an issue because you're running on empty. You're running on adrenaline and cortisol. Now, we know what adrenaline and cortisol does to the body. Debating is extremely confusing. Yes, Hessel, it is. And that's why I really want to shed light on this topic today so that you can, yes, it does make you sick. It does, Hessel, you're absolutely right. I really want to shed light on this today. I really want to explore this topic because, you know, it's so complex. There's so many layers to this. And there is a way around this. But ultimately, I'm going to talk about this in the live stream. And I'm going to talk about ways of you being able to overcome this. It's true. Yeah, Kerry, like it's true. It's going on the whole street. Heard me. Yeah, but don't worry. It's okay. It's absolutely okay. So, you know, you get judgmental comments from others. I know, like, even when you talk to friends about it, I know a few of my clients have said that they've tried to talk to people that they know, you know, like friends or family. And it's actually really difficult to explain when this is happening because ultimately, you know, when someone hasn't gone through this, and we're talking about narcissistic abuse, emotional trauma, okay, it is really hard for someone to really put into words or someone to really understand it Because how do you explain it? Oh, this person said this about me, and then I've reacted like this. Yeah, it's more deeper than that. Because this person, the narcissist, it's almost as though it's done, it's done intentionally. That's the word I was looking for. It's almost as though it is done intentionally. And it is absolutely, Stephen, it is about power and control. It's about being able to control your movement, like control your reactions, control you. And in all of this, we do lose a part of ourselves. That's really good. Samton says, is the definition of reactive abuse referring to our reaction to the baiting, or is it reactive abuse, the baiting itself? Samton, that's a great question. And do you know what I would say is, I would say that it's the latter, actually, the baiting, or is it reactive abuse, the baiting itself? Reactive abuse is the baiting itself. It's the way that we react to the trigger, to the baiting, okay, is not actually us. The point I'm trying to make is that our resources are already strained. We are already under a lot of pressure because this is something that happens very slowly and consistently throughout these connections that we have with these toxic individuals or family members or in our relationships. So it's almost as though this person creates a scenario and navigates us through our own triggers. Remember, these individuals know us very well. They know what our triggers are. They know how we are going to react. And so when this person is navigating that, it's almost like we fall into a trap. It is kind of like entrapment, because at the time when it's being done, you would never think that someone that you love, someone that you care about would actually do this to you, right? Like, because you trust that person. And I think that's where the main issue is that you put your trust, your love into this person, and you never believe that somebody would actually do something like this to you, because they don't. Like, people don't behave in this way. People are not supposed to act like this. It is almost an act of violence towards us, okay? Because how can someone betray you on such a level where, you say that you love this person, okay? You say you love someone. And I'm not saying that it's us that does this, but I'm saying that it's the toxic person, it's the narcissist, the psychopath or the sociopath, regardless who they are in your life, it's how they manage to take something. Yes, Anya, I like this. Psychological violence. I like this. This is exactly what it is. And emotional violence too. You're right, Anya Mendez. You are absolutely right. Stephen says, my therapist knew all my weaknesses and insecurities, then used this against me as a weapon. Jeez, a therapist. Yes, my friends, and that doesn't actually surprise me, because there are people like that out there. Therapists are, yeah, they can be. And again, it's a betrayal of trust, isn't it? Because the therapeutic alliance that you have with your therapist, your counselor, or the psychologist, like, it's power. It's a power dynamic. And I feel like that is also where the narcissist does this as well. And you're right, Wikipedia, I'm sorry if I didn't say that correctly. They also like to embarrass you in public. Yeah, that's all about shame. That's all about making you feel inferior, you destabilizing you emotionally and psychologically. It's yes, Eric, passive aggression was a real eye-opener for me. Yeah, passive aggressiveness. So there's a lot of things that are done to you that at the time may not be apparent. And this is what I'm saying. When you are with someone like a family member, with someone that you love, who you're in a relationship with, you never believe that somebody would do something like that to you. And it's almost, it's like the analogy of the boiling frog. I think that's how it's said. So it's about the frog that is put into cold water and put on a stove, and then the water begins to get warmer, and then hot, and then eventually the frog actually boils in the water. But the analogy of this is that this is done consistently over time to you, okay, to you, and to hurt you. The idea here is to get you to react to something, or to react to a trigger, okay, without you being conscious of it. And it's not because it's not because you are not in control of yourself, or you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're saying, you know, or maybe you are half asleep, or you just have no clue. It's not about that. It's not about that, my friends. What this is about is that this is done intentionally to you. The idea here is it's about power and being able to manipulate you. Okay. And ultimately, this is what narcissists do, because when they are able to manipulate someone, that means that they are in full control of that person. And the reason why they do this, to be in control of that person, is because they are someone who is not secure in themselves. Okay. And in order for you to not give them any nasty surprises, meaning that you have an opinion, you have a strong will, you say your point of view, okay, that they might not like, or it might go against who they are. You might even confront them. And a narcissist is not going to like this, because for them, you know, this is embarrassment, this is shame. Of course, they're never going to tell you this, but ultimately, this is about them winning, and they will win at all costs, because remember, this is a power dynamic. It's a competition that you never wanted to be in. You never wanted to participate in. But here we are, my friends. Here we are. We all had to do it. And it's almost as though we just end up behaving in a way that they kind of want us to, because it becomes challenging. It becomes draining, having to go through another conflict where you know that you are just not going to win. And this is where, you know, it's not like we have to fight, but we kind of have to, because we do not get our point of view across. We're not able to say how we feel. We're not able to really be ourselves. And I feel like that is a huge marker, isn't it, in relationships or connections like this one, that we are not able to be ourselves. How many of us have experienced this? And I bet you've never probably experienced this ever in your life, where you cannot be yourself. How many of you have done? If you just put a thumbs up in the chat, like, I really would love to hear from you. Yes, Stephen, sadistic energy vampires, for sure. They just take what's not theirs. Wikipedia says we hardly exist as much as a shadow in their world. Yeah, but all along, this shadow, all right, this shadow is really them, because they're taking our energy, our kindness, aren't they? It's not even theirs. They're using us. So Stephen and Margot have experienced it. Who else has experienced it? Please do put a thumbs up. And guys, there's 67 of you here. You press the like button as well. Thank you. And share this live to anyone who you feel would need it. So Levon and Betsy, yes. Eric as well. Yeah. So there's a few of us here that have actually, you know, lost ourselves in all of this. Judy, Gary. Yeah. We lose ourselves. Kirsty. Yeah. I've experienced it too. So I completely understand where, thank you, Bruno. I completely understand. Like, it's absolutely awful when you, and I feel like we also, do you know what else happens? Thank you, guys. Yeah, keep those thumbs up coming for any of you who have experienced this. I just want you guys to know that you're not alone. You're not alone. We have gone through this. We have all gone through this. We've all experienced this. And losing ourselves, not knowing who we are, is really devastating, okay? And it really crushes our confidence, okay? And I know it is challenging. And trying to build that back up, trying to basically get our confidence back, okay? It's not impossible, but yeah, it takes work. It takes work. But please know that your confidence belongs to you. And it doesn't mean that what we're going to do is give power to this person so they think that they can destroy us and take that from us, because no, that's not theirs to take. It's yours. Your confidence is yours. You were born with it. And now what we have to do is we have to refine it. So that's ultimately what the work is to basically come home to ourselves, because it's ours. Okay, my friends, it's ours. Okay. Judy says, my mother is a communal narcissist and my adult daughter is a covert narcissist. I've never met my two grandchildren, though thought I was going to lose my mind. Oh, bless you, Judy. This is a tough situation. But you know what? Ultimately, it's like what I was saying earlier. You know what? Your life is yours. And that's what is important here. Maybe one day things will change. You know, the circumstances may change. Remember, life is fluid and things are always happening, always changing. So I don't want you to feel as though, like, you know, this is it. This is the, you know, things change. And that's one thing that I can really vouch for, because honestly, life does not stay static. It changes all the time. And that's what we've got to remember. Okay. That's right, Hessel. You need to relearn to love yourself and relearn feeling safe in social settings. Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is very true. This is really true. This is all about you, really. Your life is you. Okay. Sly Fox says, what is the difference between covert and malignant narcissist? Well, it's kind of in the name. I think there are a lot of similarities, but a covert narcissist, it's where it's done kind of more undercover. People don't really see it for what it is. They're very good at hiding, very, very good at hiding things. And it's done behind your back. And it's like this, it's like the kind of the sly comments, the challenging comments, the sly behavior. You know, a malignant is more of a psychopathic kind of tendency where there is no empathy whatsoever. And there isn't with the covert narcissist either. But a malignant is someone who is just out to actually get you. I would stay away from both. Jeff says, it is very hard to fall in love and trust someone new after the abuse. Indeed, it is, Jeff. But I don't want you to stay in this mentality, because then it makes you feel like all hope is lost in love. Love is the highest emotion. It's the highest vibrational frequency, and love can actually heal. True love, unconditional love can actually heal. And all of you deserve to feel that. But it doesn't mean that it's impossible. First of all, we have to learn to respect and love ourselves first. If you want to fall in love and you want to trust someone, you've got to fall in love and trust yourself first, because ultimately that's where the confidence comes from. You are unapologetically you. You are confident in who you are. So if somebody says to you something that maybe is a red flag, you're going to be able to pick it up straight away. Or somebody crosses your boundaries, you're going to be able to pick that up straight away, because you love and you respect and trust yourself and trust, you know, your opinion and your judgment on the situation. You're never going to be second guessing yourself, because you know you. And that's why coming home to yourself, the regeneration of you, the self-connection to you is really, really important, because that is how you are going to determine whether you stay alone on this journey or whether you someone accompanies you. Like, honestly, not everybody is a narcissist, and not everybody is out there to hurt you. But Jeff, know that you will find someone, because you're going to fall in love with yourself and you're going to start to trust yourself. Okay. All right. Don't think like this, because then you're sitting in victim mentality. And that's not what this is about. Our life is not to stay in victim mentality and be traumatized by the narcissist, because we're letting them win. And we're not going to do that, because we win. Okay. Safe and consistent love can heal trauma. Yes, Hessel, that is true. Very true. Gary says, I've not been with this individual for weeks and I'm still having trouble sleeping. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry to hear that. Excuse me. What I would say, Gary, is this is possibly linked to the trauma, the emotional trauma. It could be that at the moment now you are processing. So give it time. Try some magnesium citrate. That might really help as well. What else? Perhaps maybe try reading, because this is ultimately about settling your nervous system. Okay, you have to settle your nervous system because this will really help in the production of melatonin and serotonin, which are two hormones that are really important for sleep. So try that. I hope that helps. Yes, that's right. In time, we do get over these people. We do, because we make that choice, don't we? We make that choice because we want to live. Ultimately, we want to live our life. And that's what's important. All right. That's what's important, is for us to live, okay, our lives. So going back to understanding when the baiting has happened. So it usually starts off with you second guessing yourself. All right. It's about understanding what our triggers are. And at the time when we're in that relationship with the narcissist, we may not always know what our triggers are. I feel like a lot of us discover this, you know, particularly after the ending of this connection with this person, because what they do is they do reignite our traumas. They do actually put us through the mill. Okay. And we do end up second guessing ourselves because, you know, we're not confident in ourselves. Ultimately, I'm just going to say this to be real here. Okay. At the time when we are going through this, we don't particularly trust ourselves. We don't particularly trust our opinion. We second guess ourselves. For some of us, we are people pleasers, where we say yes to things when we really mean no. And we don't feel confident enough to be able to say no because we feel like we're going to upset someone, or we're going to be rude to someone, or perhaps maybe we're going to let someone down at the cost of ourselves. Now, being in narcissistic relationships, this is exactly what it is. We're always doing what they want us to do, or we have done what they wanted us to do, like literally all the time, because we don't want to be rude. We didn't want to let them down. We didn't want them to think badly of us. And what thanks do we get? We get triggered. So what is important here is that we really learn what our triggers are. Going forward, this is really important because this will make us strong. This will make us understand ourselves. This is like part of the homecoming to yourself, being able to understand yourself. Okay, look, whose job is it to understand themselves? It's yours. With the help of obviously people who you trust, maybe with a therapist, obviously not with some of these therapists. You've got to honestly be able to use your discernment and trust some of these therapists. I'm sorry for those of you who have gone through these absolutely disgusting experiences with them. Like, I cannot imagine it. Like, I cannot imagine it. And my heart does go out to you because I know that it is someone who is there, who is meant to help you. And this is what happens. And do you know what, my friends? I've worked sadly in these organizations where there has been a lot of toxicity, you know, even in the therapeutic field. You know, those of you who had been in the previous lives, there was two that come to my mind, actually. The first one was in an NHS hospital when I worked in South London. I worked with dementia patients. And there was a lot of controversy there as well, particularly one person who didn't like me very much because I had a higher position than her. Didn't mean to. It just so happened that I got promoted to being working as a coordinator in therapeutic activities for dementia patients. She didn't like it, so she made my life hell. I'll tell you a funny story. She used to, oh my gosh, I don't think she's watching. I don't think she'd ever watch the channel. So she would literally chase me around the wards, asking me to literally write down everything that I had done in that day. And this is what I literally had to do and email it at the end of every week. But there was more to the story. This is just, like the little sprinkling on the top here. Another one was when I worked at a crisis centre, again in South London. And my boss was a real narcissist. He was an overt narcissist. Very strange man. He's that man that had the glass eye. And I know I've talked about him on the lives. But yes, all the women actually really fancied him. And I thought, what do they see in him? But it was his sexual energy that attracted them. Anyway, I'm digressing here. So look, ultimately, going back to what we were talking about, it's about literally coming home to yourself and being able to heal that part of you, understanding what your triggers are. When you know what your triggers are, you're in full control of you. There's no one out there that can tell you any different. Our triggers can show up in many ways. For a lot of us, we all have challenging childhoods. Everybody does. It's so sad to say this, that actually a lot of us do have these traumatic childhoods. A lot of people do. And it is just the way it is nowadays. Okay, but what are we going to do? Remain victims of our past? Or do we move forward from this? And a lot of our wounds come from not feeling good enough, not feeling like we are to blame, feeling like we should have been able to behave in a different way. Sometimes, our thoughts are used against us because, let's face it, the narcissist is able to adequately work out what these insecurities are that lay within us. But if you know what they are, who's there that's going to tell you what they are and what they should? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you know you, there's no one out there that can tell you any different. Like, for example, I've got to a place now, in my work, working in this, doing all of this. Hello, P48. Hello, Christine. It's really nice to see you. My doctor of 30 years has put me through her. I had no idea until recently that he's so full of narc traits. I believe he's possibly a psychopath. Thankfully, I stopped going. Oh, bless you. Yes. And Laurie's here as well. Hello. This is it. This is it, my friends. I feel so sad, kind of as a representation of that profession, that this is what happens. This is what actually goes on. But the thing is, one thing that is really good about this is that you're able to identify it, you're able to see it, and you're able to stop this or be able to protect yourself from it. Hi, my angel Alfie. Hello. It's really nice to hear from you guys. Thank you, all of you, for being here. Like, I really appreciate you guys. And I'm going to give you guys a big thumbs up. And you are the family. Thank you so much, my friends, for each and every one of you being here. And I really hope that this is helping. Please do hit the like button if you're enjoying the live stream so far. I really appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all your love hearts. You guys are so cute. You guys are so cute. Thank you. Oh. So yeah, for example, now, because I have worked on my triggers, for example, when I first started the YouTube channel, all right, I literally had imposter syndrome. And I think I've said this to you guys before. Like, I thought to myself, how could I be talking about this stuff? Did I actually even go through these experiences? Have I actually got, the opportunity or the bravery to even talk about these you know, what has happened. Thank you so much. Thank you. Sorry, I'm just reading the comments, guys. Like, you guys are amazing. Astro Boy, hello. We've got Chris, Bruno, Ascot, thank you so much. Oh, Laurie, so glad you are here. Oh, bless you, P48. Thank you so much. Oh, big hearts to you guys. Yeah, so look, mine was, Sinead, hello from Northern Ireland. So mine was the imposter syndrome, and I thought to myself, how can I even go on YouTube and talk to people? Like, is this even true? Like, can I actually do this? And I felt so embarrassed of myself. I really did. Like, this comes from a person. I'll let you in on something that happened, right? So when I was doing my doctorate at the uni, like, we used to have modules. So these modules used to change around every 8 weeks. Okay. So, and in these modules that we had to give a presentation to people, to our friends, to our classmates. These people I've been studying for like literally 2-3 years. So I knew them, like, they were nice, they were kind people, they were not judgmental at all. So when it came to the week where I had to give the presentation, oh my God, I couldn't sleep. I was so nervous, so anxious. And the thing is, when I had to get up there on stage and start talking about it, I used to think, Jesus, these people are going to think that I don't know what I'm talking about. I am a fraud. I shouldn't actually be here. Like, I don't know what I'm saying. Like, oh my God, none of this is even true. I had like literally tears in my eyes. I was thinking, Jesus, how am I going to do this? And sometimes what would happen, because I'd get so embarrassed and so shy, I'd actually turn away from the audience. These were my friends. These were my friends that I was studying with. So I was literally having a panic attack. That's what used to happen to me. So when I started this channel, can you like understand like what I was going through? And then I obviously started the lives like really early on, and I had, do you know what? I'd spent like literally the whole weekend and then the whole of Monday and Tuesday like going through my notes. Now it's a different story. And the way that I overcome this is by doing the work on myself. Yes, YouTube helped, because like talking into a camera, but then obviously knowing how many people are going to watch what I'm, you know, like watch the video and listen to what I'm saying. I didn't want to give the wrong information. I'd be mortified. But it's about practicing. It's about repetition. This is why I always say, like in neuroplasticity, okay, and even doing the work. Okay, this is about showing up for yourself. This is about, I know, Isabel, look, just, I know. And this is what I'm saying. It's about, it's repetition. It's doing the work. It's believing in yourself. I had to do the work. If I wasn't going to do it on myself, okay, and be an example to show you guys that actually, you know what, regardless of what adversities you face in your life, it doesn't mean that that has to be your story, the victim story. You're not victims. You're not even survivors. Okay, you are more than that. You're not going to allow this abuse, this trauma, this person to define you and put you in that category. You are more than that. You're not a label. Okay. And even though I've gone through very similar experiences that you guys have had, but we must not give up on ourselves. All right. You do not give up on yourself. You have to keep going forward. This is your birthright. I promise you that when you get to the other side, you will know how worth this was, how good you will feel. And it takes time. And even though sometimes you think you know it all, there's more to learn. And I'm there too, you know, like, I'm not saying I know it all. I'm just saying that I have gone through what you are going through, the thoughts that you are thinking. We're human. I'm human too. Just because I'm on here, or maybe, you know, I've done psychology, doesn't make me any more like knowledgeable. You guys know this too. But what I'm trying to do is motivate you guys to know that actually you don't need to be stuck in this mentality, feeling like this is your story, like this is your definition of who you are. No. This person doesn't get that title, okay? You are the one that will be a victor. You be in victory. You are the one that is going to move past this. And I know some of you also have, ailments as well, like anxiety, worry, stress. This can all be overcome. It doesn't mean you have to sit in that mentality. All of it, everything can be overcome. I promise you, it really can. There's always a way out of something. There's always a way out, okay? So whatever may be financial debt, emotional ruin this person has left you in, this can all be repaired. Nothing is forever. Do you remember what I said before? Life is fluid. Life keeps moving. Nothing stays the same. So this is all about energy. This is all about mindset. And this is all about mending your heart. Remember, not everyone is narcissistic. Not everyone is toxic. Okay, there are some normal people out there. You know what I mean by normal. Nice people, healthy people, kind people. They exist. You exist. You're one of them. Guys, it's so warm in here. I've actually got a sweat tash. Sorry. But we are here and we're going forward. People see it says, Anushka, I had a similar situation happen yesterday. I was frozen in anxiety and really upset about it. But then after processing what happened, I realized where I'm at in the healing process. This is it. And Hessel says shift. Yeah, this is it. You have to shift your mentality. You have to shift your mindset, not mentality, mindset. It is about mindset. And it's, do you remember, I always talk about this. This is in life, okay, we have perspective, all right? Everybody has a perspective on things. So really it's your choice whether you see this as positive or as negative. And it's about which one you focus on more. Whether you're going to focus on the negative and see this as something that is devastating, something that is so bad, or are you going to see this in a positive? Because actually, you know, people come into our life, all right, for a reason. You meet certain people in your life for a reason. And for most of us, you know, this toxic person coming into your life, right, I know that the experience was pure hell. But in another way, cathartically, okay, and remember, everything in life is also polarized. Where you have light, you have to have the dark. Where you have white, you have black. You know, so there is polarity in life. You have night and day. Same thing. So if we look at this, the narcissist being in your life has caused you to work on yourself. It's caused you to become stronger, to identify certain aspects of yourself that perhaps maybe you would like to change, or you now have the opportunity to be able to change. And again, your choice, whether you want to look at this as a negative experience or a positive. For example, I started a YouTube channel because of those experiences. I wanted to help people because I realized that when I was looking for help, when I was going through this, there wasn't much out there. There was hardly anything. And I thought that I could use my experience, but also my knowledge, my qualifications to try and help as many people as possible. I was also still healing very much at the beginning or at the early stages of when this channel was kind of up and coming. And everything that I talk about is things that I have been through and things that have worked for me. And I want to share this with you to help you guys rise, keep rising, and become the best versions of yourself and become strong within yourself, both emotionally and mentally strong. So ultimately, this is about you coming home to yourself and actually knowing that you are right, that you are someone that holds worth in this world, someone who is important, someone that has got something interesting to say. That's who you are. We're not going to let past experiences define who we are. There are people out there who just focus on that, and they just see themselves as victims. We don't do that. You see, this is our opportunity to rise above. You see, toxic people, narcissistic people, psychopathic, sociopathic, all of those people. Okay, they don't have this opportunity like you do. So whilst it is debilitating, paralyzing in some cases, upsetting, challenging, doesn't mean that it's going to stay like this forever. But it does mean that you have to do the work. And that's right, Isabel. This is like Phoenix rising. This is like Phoenix rising. This is becoming strong. So going back to talking about the baiting, you know, this is what I mean. If we are strong in ourselves, it doesn't matter what somebody else says. Someone else can tell you that the sky is green. You don't even need to look up at the sky because you know it's not. How can there be a green sky? Even though this person sounds very convincing. I know no one would say that. I'm just using this as an example. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what example I can give, but, you know, like there's people out there who, you know, like, what could be a good example? Help me out, guys. I have no idea. You know, like con men or salespeople, they're always telling you, oh, this car's amazing because it can go from 0 to 60 in like 3.2 seconds. You know, when no, actually, that car can't. It's not exactly a sports car, is it, mate? No. Do you know what I mean? Like, sorry, Christina, my examples, like, I actually forget sometimes. I'm thinking, what can I actually say? Like, how is this going to make sense? Sometimes my examples really don't make sense. Sorry about that. But do you know what I mean? Like, you got this car salesman that's trying to sell you this silly little car, and you know that it's not a sports car. And that's what I mean. Like, you're going to know because you're going to feel it. Like, your intuition, okay, is going to tell you that what are you talking about? Like, what is this person talking about? And it's not that you need to argue. You don't. That's the thing. You don't need to react. You need to respond. And that's the beauty of this, because that's when you are in control of you. You're unapologetically you, because it doesn't matter what you say. It's your truth. And that is what matters, not whether you're right or wrong, because we're not here for about whether you're right or wrong. This is about your truth. Okay? So, oh, Barbara Butler says, yeah, someone could say you don't have a brain. Yeah, someone could say that. And I'm sure that some of you have probably heard that. How can they say that? Like, our brain, we do. We don't even need to think about that because you know the answer is that we do. And that's what I mean. You respond. And sometimes what this person is saying or what this person has said doesn't even warrant a response from you. Silence is a good one. Walking away, not giving your precious energy, your thoughts, your time to someone who doesn't deserve it. And I don't mean to sound snobby, but someone who is not on your level. Like, honestly, think about that. The narcissist is not on your level. Energetically, emotionally, psychologically. Seriously, think about that. They're not. And I'm not trying to be snobby either. But this is where you actually now begin to value yourself. You value your opinion, your time, your energy, your life force energy, and who you are. They do pretend, yes, Okufaza, they do pretend to be on our level, but the point is that they pretend. They're not. They pretend. Yes, Isabel, it's about valuing yourself and knowing that you are worth all of that. And that's what you have to, or I would like you to believe in that in yourself, is to know that you are worthy and that you are good enough. And they're not on your level. Type in the, do you know what? Let's do this as an affirmation, my friends. Type in the chat, they are not on my level. Okay, because I really want this to sink in. Okay. I don't think this is a snobby remark. I think this is a very true representation of who every single one of you are. They are not on your level. Type that in the chat, my friends. I love it. Yes, Christina. Yes. I love it. Isabel, Kerry. Yes. Gary, Barbara. They're not. They're not on your level. Yes, Judy, that's right. Your eyes are blue when they're bright. Yes, they're not. Yes, Gavin. Okay, Professor. Yeah, thank you, guys. Keep it coming, my friends. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Because honestly, these people are not the same as you. Okay? Samton, yes. Yes, Isabel. I was told by my reader you're better than them. Yes, you are. I love it. Bonnie, Laurie. They're not on your level. Keep it coming, my friends. Level 9,000. Yes, level. Not on your level. Let this sink in. Maybe even say it as an affirmation during the day, so that actually you really see your worth. Thank you for those of you for typing it into the chat. Hello, Laura. So this is about recognizing you and who you are and what you are about. Okay, because no one is going to be able to bait you, lie to you, and make you second guess yourself. We all know what it's like to be on the receiving end of this, but it doesn't mean that this has got to keep happening to you. And see yourself as a victim, like that is something that keeps happening over and over again. Thank you, the monkey god. Yeah, they're not on my level. They're not on your level. They're just not. Okay, on many different concepts, they're just not. All right. And I know some of you are struggling. Makes me anxious to even type it. Okay, Betsy, don't worry. I really hope that, do you know what, Betsy, one day it will be fine and you won't feel all of that. Okay, we're all at different points in our healing, but they're not on your level, Betsy. Just wanted you to know that. Exactly. What if it all works out? Thank you, Gary. I love that. I love that. Is baiting adding you on fake accounts? Possibly, if they're going to if they're going to cyber stalk you, or perhaps maybe write comments on there. So yeah, just be aware of what is going on, like on fake account. They love a fake account, don't they? Barbara says not taking the bait. Yeah, not taking the bait. Absolutely. And that's a good point, Barbara. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. And it's true. A lot of this stuff, okay, you know, when you do become stronger within yourself, your intuition is going to be a lot stronger as well. So that's where you're going to be able to trust yourself, all right, a lot more. You're going to be able to believe in yourself. How can someone say this about you when you know that it's not true? And it's like what I said, when people start to say this to you, it doesn't mean that it warrants a reaction or even a response. Perhaps maybe it's just something that you just need to just think, I'm not even going to answer that. And by you choosing not to respond doesn't mean that you're weak at all. It just means that it doesn't warrant you to kind of expedite your energy on something that is so pointless. For example, you know, narcissistic individuals like to argue because they think if they're the ones that shout the loudest or get their point of view across, then they win. Remember, it's all about a power game. So if we think about it, right, what is the point of playing this power game with the narcissist or with someone who's got narcissistic tendencies? What is the point? Where's it going to get you? So if they say one thing, then you're going to say another. Then they say something else, and then something else that hurts you. Then you say something that hurts them. So can you see? Then this becomes a tit for tat kind of game. Do you have time to be playing that? Do you really want to be playing that? Sometimes it just means that It's just like, what? No, no, I got better things to do with my life and my time, because my time and my life is precious. And that's and to be honest with you, that's how I would react to it. I kind of take a step back and think, nah, I'll sidestep that one, thank you. I don't want to do that, because why am I going to get into an argument with someone? Arguing takes a lot of emotion, a lot of energy. And also, when you're arguing with someone, when you're shouting at someone, you've got to be nasty. So again, that's not who you are. Like, you're not a nasty person, or you don't intend to intentionally go out there and be nasty to other people. That's not you. So you're acting or behaving outside of your congruency of who you are, your values, your morals. That's not who you are. So you're not going to do it. What's the point? And that is what I'm trying to say, is when you step into your power, not that you're wanting to get power over someone, it's your power coming home to you, who you really are, believing in you. That is when you overcome a lot. That's where you show these individuals, maybe it's in a work setting, maybe it's in a family setting, perhaps maybe it's in a relationship. You don't have to respond or react to everything that they do. Some of you maybe who are co-parenting, and you have to message them, you have to be in contact with them. Do you have to respond to every message? Probably not. So when you step into your own truth, when you start believing in yourself, when you stop betraying yourself, stop seeing yourself as a victim, this is where you step over that threshold and you become stronger, you become more powerful, but within yourself. This is where anxiety drops. This is where your nervous system finally starts to relax, because you are now stepping into your sensory, your senses. Like your seventh sense is your intuition. And I know this is not talked about, but it is part of our senses. And it's really sad that people don't, like, it's not talked about. But for example, as psychologists, as therapists, I know certainly in my training, we call something, this is called transference and countertransference. Freud talked about this quite a lot. And this is about energy transference. And so we are taught to, for example, to listen to what is not being said. And I know that's quite a strange analogy, isn't it? But people often tell you things, but sometimes in a therapeutic setting, they don't tell you what it is that they really want to tell. So you need to listen to what they're not saying. And so that encourages us to look at their body language or their facial expressions. Does it match the content of what they're saying? Or can you sense nervousness? Can you sense that someone is not really being themselves or not bringing, to the table what they want to discuss? So that is what I'm saying. That is the energy, the transference. You have to learn to read people. That is what is really going to help you. Okay, that is what is really going to help you, is being able to read people, being able to trust your own senses. This is part of your senses. This is your intuition. Everybody transfers energy, including myself. You guys have an opinion of me, and I don't know what it is, but you guys have an opinion of me because you're reading my energy. You're reading me, who I am, the way I speak, the content that I speak about, the sentences, the words that I choose to talk, or what I choose to explain. So you all have a sense of me, yet you haven't met me in real life, and I haven't met you guys in real life. In real life, I mean like face to face, sorry. So we all get a sense of people. Okay, so that's your intuition. And that is what I really encourage you to do. Really practice doing this. Okay, stepping into your own truth. Okay, That is what's going to make you stronger. That is what is going to make you powerful. Thank you for the hearts. Yes, Isabel, I really like that. It's freedom. It's emotional freedom. And this also helps with your emotional intelligence. And this is actually the chapter that I'm writing about in my book. Actually, chapter 4 is all about emotional intelligence. The emotional intelligence that people don't tell you about. And that is your intuition. That is your gut instinct. We're all born with it, but it's our job to be able to refine it. We have to refine this. We have to work it, because if we don't, then we lose it. It's like our brain. It's a muscle. All right. The more that you use it, the more intelligent, the more stronger it gets. And I always say this because I do go to the gym and I really enjoy the gym. Okay. I go because it really helps with de-stressing. Actually, it really helps me with that. The repetitions of the exercises, the lifting of the weights, I feel it in my body. So that for me is quite therapeutic. I need something physical, okay? Because I use my brain, like I work with my brain all the time. I need something physical. So that really helps. So if I'm using my arms and I'm working my arms out all the time, I'm going to have a great set of arms. But what about the rest of my body? What about my legs? If I haven't worked them, then they're not going to look great. They're not going to work properly, right? And it's the same with your mind, same with your brain. If you're working it, if you're using it, okay, to help you, then it's gonna work. You're going to have intelligence. You're going to be able to be sharp. And it's the same with your intuition. You've got to keep refining it all the time. And age does not come into this. Please don't say about age, because it doesn't. This age is nothing but a number, really. Does your age really define you? I know that my age does not define me. Hell no. So, working on this, I really encourage you this week to really look at that, okay? Because it's really important for you to become stronger in yourself, okay? And also to be able to read your body, to read you, okay? Not having someone out there like a narcissist or whatever, being able to read you, be able to make up opinions of you that are not really you. I mean, who do they think they are? Seriously, who actually are they? Remember, they're not on your level, are they? They're not actually on your level. So being able to read when somebody is baiting you, someone's trying to get a reaction out of you, because that's really what it is. It's like someone trying to actually get a reaction out of you. This is what is important. Being able to read the room, being able to read the energy. Think about how someone speaks to you. That's right, Christina, I love it. They're scum at the bottom of my shoe. Yeah, they are. Bible says, trust your gut. Oh, I like that, Christina. Yes, renewing those mental patterns. Creating new neural pathways. Yeah. Doing things that you like doing. Making you happy, because you are strengthening, you're rewiring your mind. And who was it that wrote that book? I did an interview with her. Shapiro, her name is. I forgot her name. This is not good. It's called Rewire Your Mind. Shauna Shapiro, that's it. Shauna Shapiro, Rewire Your Mind. And I did a podcast interview with her probably about 3 or 4 years ago now. And that's exactly what she talked about, is rewiring your mind, your brain, because you can do it with new neural networks. I know this because I actually know this to be true, because this is what I did my clinical research in when I was doing my master's. And I did exactly that. And I managed to prove that you do rewire your mind. So this is why I'm talking about, yes, Laurie, neuroplasticity. I like that. I need to get that tattooed on my forehead, because I'm such a fan of that. That actually happens. I've seen it with my own eyes. And that's why I'm like, guys, do it. Please, it works. It's true. It is. It does work. This is about rewiring your mind. Remember, your neural networks or your neural pathways that you're not using will literally die off and just go. They just do. And it's part of the process, my friends. It is part of the process. So don't think that you're killing something innocent. You're not. It's just that they need to die off in order for new neural pathways and new synapses to communicate from one synapse to another. So you need to be able to make room for new neural activity, okay, new neural networks. Okay, but yes, Michaela, good morning. Good morning. Yes, from hello. Yes, Barbara as well. People can heal. And that's what it is. That is exactly what it's about. You know, so it's not about, sorry, I've got to just charging the laptop because we're going to run out of battery, my friends. So it is about rewiring your mind. But you've got one thing that you've got to be aware of is if you are, your mind will rewire whether you feed it positivity or negativity. So if you're going to feed it that you're not good enough, that you're scared, that you can't get over this, that you're stuck in this pattern, then your mind will rewire, and that will be your thought processes going forward. If you rewire it to positivity, positive affirmations, like, for example, they're just not on your level, they're not on my level, like you're rewiring your mind in a positive way, right? So this is how it works. Whether it's positive or negative, your mind is going to respond to that. So this is about really like looking at what is important to you. Where do you want to be? Remember, it's about perspective. How do you want to see this? How do you want to see this experience? Yeah. How do you want to see this experience? As positive or negative? You want them to define you? You want this experience to define you in a negative way? Then that's what you'll do. And, you know, that's the kind of experience that you're going to have in life. And that's just it. Which road are you going to choose, my friends? Which one is going to be for you? Guys, thank you for the likes. We got 70. I'm going to try and get it up to 100. So guys, if you're new here, please do hit the like button. I would really appreciate that, my friends. Yeah, Isabella, power just as the battery was running out. Oh my God, like I didn't even see it, just came up with a warning sign. And yes, one of you was talking about power in the comments. Bless you guys. Oh, from North Carolina, double dog. Oh, I'm so pleased. Thank you. Christina says, yes, I can tell my mind is being rewired because I wake up in the morning with the first thought, with my new first. Yeah, this is it. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Yes, yes, yes. See it as yes, absolutely, Isabella. See it as a growth experience, an opportunity to grow. We all have this opportunity to grow. Thank you so much, Stephen. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Space 7181. Keep the likes coming, my friends. I am truly grateful to every single one of you. Thank you. Thank you, all of you, for spending your time here with all of us in this amazing community. Honestly, like, I'm so proud of every single one of you. Like, I know the experiences that you have gone through have been hell. I know they have been hell. All right, but you guys are here. You are making time for you. This is part of you. Like, I know you're not going to stay for the whole thing, but that's fine. But if you can take one thing from today, is know, okay, that you will elevate yourself to such a place, okay, that you are going to be the best versions of yourself. It is going to take time. And I'm not saying this is an easy journey. This isn't about taking salt baths and rose petals. Do you know what I mean? You got to put the work in. And there's going to be days where you're going to feel absolutely crap, like you don't want to get out of bed. But then the days are going to come where you think, yeah, this is freeing. So ultimately, what we're doing here is we're working with old childhood patterns, old beliefs, all right? And it's like what I was saying earlier. These people have come into your life, unfortunately, to trample all over you, open you up, and for you to take a long, hard look at yourself and think, no, that is not who I am. I am going to heal. I'm going to move forward. And even though this is a difficult time, I believe in myself and I trust myself and I am going to rise. Okay, I'm not going to stay down then. I'm not going to have someone keep wiping their shoes on me. I am going to move forward. Okay, you don't have a choice. This is your choice. Okay, my friends, you're going to keep moving forward and you're going to keep moving up, not down, up. Okay, my friends. That's how we got to look at this. All right. Yes, you're absolutely right, Isabel. It's difficult but liberating eventually. Guys, you got it. This is it. This is it, my friends. Let these be your affirmations. Keep saying these things to yourself every day, every day. I love it, Carrie. Word up. Yes. Keep saying these things to you, okay? Because that's what is important. You don't want the dark thoughts to take over. That's what we don't want, because we know what happens, right? We know what happens when the darkness takes over. And I know that it can be very engulfing. I know. Yes, Michaela, I love it. Life lesson. It's a lesson. Doesn't mean you've got to keep reliving that lesson for the rest of your life or for any time in your future. You know, life is actually magical if you allow it to be. All right? It's actually magical if you allow it to be. Okay? P48, we shall live and not die. Yeah. Yes. Because we see the people who have died, who are dead inside. We've looked into their dark eyes. And we know that there's nothing there behind all of it. That's not you. You, like I said, you don't belong in that same category. You're not that. So baiting, when someone tries to tell you certain things that are not true, that get you to react to something that isn't true. It's all about reactions. It's all about controlling your reactions. How can someone have control over you to that level where you are reacting? Someone has put in a lot of time, effort, and energy to get you into that state of thinking, into that state of being. They've worked on you in a negative way. So someone's put energy and thought into that. So think about it for a minute, right? So someone has put energy and thought into putting you down so that they can control you. They have told you lies. They've gaslighted you into believing a different reality. They have betrayed you. They say nasty things about you. Again, they're putting a lot of thought, energy, and effort into that. What kind of a person does that? Who does that? Like, I mean, seriously, what kind of a person does that? Someone who you say, I love you to. Someone who you say maybe forever and ever to. Someone who you marry. Someone who perhaps maybe is supposed to be your parent, who is supposed to look out for you. Who does that? Someone who has been traumatized themselves and wants something from you. Yes, a manipulator. They're nasty. Yeah, they are. They're all of those things. But you know what? The difference here is they have no interest in wanting to get better. They have no interest in wanting to change. What they want from you is your energy and your emotion, your love. That's what they want from you. Okay, they don't want to help you. They're not on your side. They want to take from you. So they're like burglars. They're like robbers. They take things from you that are not theirs to take. Again, who does that? What kind of a person does that? Why would you want to hurt the very person that you say that you love? They're not on your level. Can you see what I'm saying? They're not on your level. Because, seriously, who does that? Who would even think to do that? And that's the way you got to look at it. Not that, oh, you reacted in this way, or oh, this has been done to you. Look at this in a different perspective. Like, what kind of a person does this? They have to be pretty damaged themselves. I was going to say another word, but I don't think it's very acceptable here on YouTube. Most of you can probably think what word I was going to say. And it literally was going around in my mind. I'm like, I can't say it. I can't say it. It begins with an F. Anyway, you know what I mean. Callous is a good word, Barbara. Yes, I like that. Thank you. Thank you for sorting me out. So, yeah, you kind of don't want that kind of person in your life. You don't want that energy in your life, because remember, who you surround yourself with, you actually take on their energy, and you also take on their behavior and mannerisms, believe it or not. So be careful of the company that you keep. Okay, so if that person has got that on their mind to do that to you, think about it. The people that are around them, they're probably doing the same thing. And you know why they're doing it? You know where all of that behavior comes from? It's a fear-based mentality that they've got to have, like, one-upmanship. They've got to have power. They've got to feel better than you. And the only reason why they've got to do that is because they feel fear. Okay, fear because they're not secure in themselves. They're not happy in themselves. They've got to take something from someone else or from other people, because that's going to make them feel better. And what message are they sending out to the universe? What energy are they sending out? That actually they're not good enough, that they are lacking in so many areas, that they don't deserve. And that is the belief that they have about themselves. And it's funny, but it's not funny, because they make you believe that about you. They project this onto you because they feel like that's what you should be thinking about you. Yet they're the ones that actually feel that, and deep down subconsciously, probably even consciously, think that. But they hide it by putting other people down and projecting their pain and their misery on others. Like I said, they're not on your level. We don't want to hang around with people like that. We don't want people like that around us. I know some of you have got family members that are like this, but this is all about, I think one of you or a few of you had said before, this is all about boundaries. This is all about protecting yourselves. Okay. And it's about how much energy and how much time you actually spend around these people. I know for a lot of us, we kind of still have to be around them, but that's what I mean. You can protect yourself. You can protect your energy. Okay, it doesn't mean that you've got to leave yourself open and be the best version of yourself when you go and see these people. Okay, you just need to have boundaries in place. Okay, this is all energy exchange. Remember, this is what we got taught when we're doing our doctorate. Okay, in psychology, it's all about counter-transference and transference. And what they're talking about here is the Freudian energy exchange. Even Freud was talking about it back in the day, many years ago. So it's about energetic exchange. So this is about protecting that. Yes, grey rock. Exactly. Don't give out too much information about yourself. Just tell them what that person needs to hear. But also remember, think about how much time you are spending with that person and what information you are telling them, or what emotional information you are showing them. So just be aware. That's what boundaries really are. It's about just being grey and a rock, really. I don't know how else to explain it, but yeah, that's really how it's supposed to be. Just protect yourself. You can practice it, like if you don't feel comfortable doing that, just when you're on your own, just practice, like things that you might say. And it can be challenging because, again, this is all about, confidence in yourself. Again, a lot of us have people pleasing tendencies. But this is about, like, really looking at this in a different perspective. Like I said earlier, what kind of a person does this? If you're going to allow this person to wipe their feet on you all the time, then you're going to remain the doormat. But if you remove the doormat and make them take their shoes off, then they don't need to be wiping their feet on a doormat. They take their shoes off. And that's what I'm trying to say. Does my little example, does that even make sense? I hope it does. But what I'm trying to say is, if you remove that, then that person can't actually keep doing the same thing that they're doing. And I know it takes confidence and you coming into your own with your self-worth. Yes, thank you, Christina. Okay. You know, just be aware. Just be aware. Become aware. When you're around these people, level up your awareness, okay? Because that, yes, it does. Yes, Frank says, I suppose that illustrates their self-sabotaging behavior. Yeah, it does. Because that's what they do. They're people who don't respect themselves, don't love themselves, as though they actually show everybody that they do, or they're trying to make everyone believe that. Again, it's a lie. It's not real. Why would you need to pretend to be somebody else? But these people do. These people do, because it comes from an unstable childhood, very traumatic, challenging childhood. But again, like I always say, my friends, we all have choices in life. We all have choices, whether we want to behave in a certain way, whether we want to have awareness, look at things. It all comes down to choices, why one person is like that and another isn't. So we all choose our own destiny. We choose to do that. And those narcissists or those toxic people chose to do that to you. You know why? Because they do it to themselves and they don't know any other way. They are just like that to themselves. They don't treat themselves well. They don't think of themselves well. That's why they are baiting you, because they want you to behave in the same way that they do, so it can make them feel better. So just remember that. These people want something from you. Don't give it to them. That's your energy, that's your attention, that's your love, and the rest of it. Don't give it to them. They don't deserve it. Yeah, people narcissists choose to be narcissists every day. Absolutely. Thank you so much for the likes, guys. Thank you. Those of you who just joined, please do press the like button. I really would appreciate it. I'm trying to get it up to 100 so I can just kind of get the algorithm going there. I'll be really grateful for that. Isabel, you're right. Not everyone is a good person. Thank you for the likes, my friends. I'm going to stay on for another half an hour, if that's all right with you guys. I'm not actually that bad. I am melting a little bit, not actually that bad. So we're okay. We can keep going. If you got any questions, thank you for the likes and the hearts, my friends. Thank you. If any of you got any questions, please do put them in the chat. I will try and see them and read them out. Or you can donate. Obviously, like I'll be able to see it and I will read your question out. Thank you for the likes. We just literally need 7 more to get it up to 100. So guys, if you're new on here, please do hit the like button. I'll be really grateful for you guys. Thank you so much. This week I'm just gonna take a bit of a break, just a little bit of a break, my friends. Oh, hit the like button 20 times, but it only gave you 1. Yes, thank you, B48. Bless you. It only does, yeah, you can only do it once. I know, doesn't it? It's a chocolate, but no, do you know what? This is the soundproofing, actually. It's actually foam. It's foam. Oh, I wouldn't mind a chocolate right now, actually. Whoever said chocolate? Oh, I'd love that right now. My favorite, my favorite is this one that's going around. I don't know, which is your favorite, my friends? I've seen this all over TikTok. It's that Dubai one, you know, the pistachio cream with the with that kind of the crunchy thing. Oh my God, that's on another level. I don't know what it's called, but pistachio cream, like pistachio is like one of my favorite nuts. I love eating nuts, really do. But I do love chocolate. And I do love crisps a lot. And I think that's chips in the US. I think they're called chips. I do love them, gotta say. Yes, Belgian chocolate. Oh my goodness. Lindor, yes. Lindor's good. Lindor is a good chocolate. Yes. Do you know at Easter time, I know those of you that are in the UK, because I know in the US you don't have them. They're called Cadbury's cream eggs. I cannot stop eating them. You know, when we've got Easter, oh my goodness. And Cadbury's, like, it's nice chocolate, but I find it too sweet. Thank you so much for all the celebrate and the love hearts. Thank you. Yeah, like, I cannot stop eating them. Oh my goodness, guys, thank you for the likes. I've only got 3 more to 100. Guys, you are all amazing. Thank you so much for liking. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. So, how do you choose to be something that you grew up believing to be normal? Just like I had no idea that there was such a thing as narcissism. How is narcissism meant to understand what is healthy? That's a good question. That is a really good question. Um, if you have grown up in a narcissistic household, you wouldn't really be asking, whether you're healthy or not. The fact that you're asking shows that you're inquiring, you want to make a change in your life. Ultimately, narcissism is very much, sorry, I'm going to answer that, but we've just got to 100 likes. Thank you so much, guys. You guys, every single one of you is amazing. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Sometimes says Cadbury is in the US. Oh, you've got Cadbury's as well. I didn't know that. That's amazing. This is great stuff. This is great stuff. Salty and sweet. I love that as well. Yes. Right, Frank, I'm with you. All right, Frank, I am with you. Okay. Right. So narcissism is all about the dysfunctional ego, where you've got defense mechanisms to try and protect you from literally your ego. Okay, you're protecting yourself from other people out there because you believe that these people are going to put you down and hurt you in some way because you have been so hurt and so damaged through your childhood. Even the ones who require a lot of praise, who have had that who have had the childhood where you had got a lot of attention, where you had got a lot of praise. Even that is damaging because you expect that in your life. So this is very much all to do with defense mechanisms and dysfunctional ego processes. So in order to be able to understand what is healthy and what's not, that's really looking at your ego processes. All right, that's about looking at your beliefs, your morals, and your values. Okay, what do you stand for? What is it that you want to change about yourself? Okay, that's ultimately, what it is about. Okay, and understanding what is healthy is actually you being happy, you feeling good within yourself, because narcissism is fake. It's fake happiness, showing everyone is toxic positivity. That's been talked about actually the last couple of years, toxic positivity, where people, show to everyone that they are happy when really deep down they're not. And there is a lot of mental health that is at play here. So this is all really about you being happy. That's what healthy is at the core of it. You feel good within yourself. Okay, and a lot of this is all to do as well with an attachment disorder, not being able to attach or bond to people in a healthy way, always wanting something from them, or it's about wanting something from them. When you are happy within yourself, you don't need that from anybody else. That's what I mean. Your happiness is not external, it's internal. It's you are happy from the inside in. Yes. So I'm really glad that you guys have got Cadbury's as well in the US. It is a UK, like it is a British chocolate. It's nice. There's much nicer chocolates out there. It's very sweet, that one. Israel says rumination is the brain trying to make sense of the senseless. I love that. Yes. Yes, you're right. We're trying to make sense. We are trying to make sense of something that is senseless. This is it. You hit the nail on the head. Isabel, yes. I wish I had that kind of sound effect. We got the crowd cheering, because that is what is in my mind. I'm going to learn how to do it. I'm sure that they've got this in the studio. I need to know how to work this equipment, like, completely. Like there is like a whole mixing board here. There's like buttons and stuff over there. Just imagine the crowd cheering. You've got it in one, Isabel. Absolutely. Yes. Space Skipster says, I'm in Norfolk and it's very warm here. It is, isn't it? It's warm. It's warm in the UK, but I love it. I absolutely love it. Beats being in Greece, because in Greece I would literally be melting. I remember last year, like, it's uncomfortable. You're in the UK, it's okay. It's okay, you know? Full of hazelnuts. Yes, I love that. Bruno, you're so sweet. How I could send some chocolate. No, it's okay. You don't need to send chocolate. It's all right. Thank you for the thought, though. Michael says, Anushka, please do a video on the narcissist going back to their narcissistic ex. Okay, I will. That's a really good title, actually. I need to take a screenshot of that, actually. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me, guys. I need to do it. I should do these screenshots, obviously, like for social to advertise. Okay, hold on a minute. Bear with me, guys. I will. Where is that question? Michael, there you are. Because then I won't remember, and I haven't got a pen and paper to write it down. So thank you for that. I've got it. I've taken a screenshot on the phone. My phone's got so many cracks in it. I don't know how it's happening. And it's like, it's quite a new one. I didn't get it that long ago. I think it's where I've dropped it. I didn't even think I dropped it. I think my keys landed on it. Anyway, digressing here. You're welcome, Michael. No worries. P48 says 5 years post discard, and there is so many bad memories surfacing, and I'm not getting as triggered anymore. Seems necessary to process all the crap we overlook with the narcissist. Yes, this is, do you know, P48, it sounds to me like this is emotional processing, and there are stages to this, unfortunately, there are stages to this. So it sounds to me like you are working through this, and our mind is a weird and fascinating thing, although like nobody knows it 100%, even though you study it, like, you know, you study psychology for years and years and years, and we still don't know everything there is to know. I think we know more about the weather patterns on Saturn than we actually do about our own brain. Quite sad, really. But anyway, so yes, memories. It sounds to me like you are processing memories, which also is very, very important as part of our healing and being able to move forward from this, because sometimes our memories, again, you know, they are with us for the rest of our life. And though we make meaning, remember how we make memories. It's about we're attaching emotion to an experience. Okay, and then what happens is when we attach emotion, we make meaning of that experience, whether it's positive or negative, and then we put that to the back of our brain, and then it's stored in our brain. And then when we are met with the same set of circumstances, or perhaps maybe one of our senses gets triggered, we do remember it. It's not necessarily a trigger, but it could be something that we relive again. Perhaps maybe it's like something that was said or something that you had felt. It just basically crops up again. So even though it's 5 years, you know, we still could be processing a lot of these things. Yes. And I feel like, not to scare you guys, but I feel like sometimes, you know, we try with the process and we try to keep going, you know, like some things just might stay with us. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes they might actually just stay with us. And again, that's okay. Like it's like with our triggers, we're not going to be able to work through all of them. And anyone that tells you that you will is a lie, because some of them are unconscious. Sometimes we don't know about all of our triggers. For the best part, we work through a lot of them. EF Eric 11, I've read your comment. I will answer it. Your question, I will answer it. For the best part of it, we just got to keep going forward and just look at this in a positive way. We're not going to be able to work through everything. It's not possible, because we just can't. Sometimes we're unaware of it. But keep going, P48, because you're definitely on the right track, for sure. you know. And also, don't judge yourself too harshly. I know that you might not be, but don't think, oh, you know, like it's been this amount of time, I should have got over it. No. Because it's like what I say in these videos. It's not just getting over a relationship. This is about a whole life overhaul. So it isn't just a bad relationship that we're getting over. This is like literally changing our life. Okay? But it's okay. It's, you know what? Look at it as a fun thing. Yeah? Look at it. Healing doesn't have to be bad. It doesn't have to be boring. Like, make it fun for you. You know, you can even turn it into something that you do daily or every other day, but just something that's fun, you know, because the more that you dread something, you're less likely to do it. But if you look at this as a fun thing and something that is done for you, not against you, you're going to see the positivity in it, if that makes sense. Right, so Eric 11. Borderline personality disorder. What is it that you wanted to know? Did you want to know what it is, or is there anything is specific? You're very welcome, P48. Yes, the month of Leo is absolutely fire. I am a Leo. It is my birthday soon, actually. It's towards the end of the month of August. Well, not the end, but sort of like the middle to the end. It's my birthday. I don't know what I'm doing for it yet. I want to go horse riding, actually, on that day. And I actually wanted to buy a hat, this amazing hat. That's what I want, really badly. We'll see. Is it, Isabel, is it the strongest sign in astrology? Yeah, I'm a Leo. Oh, I didn't know it's the strongest one. How much does the hat cost? Oh, I'm not sure. I think it's about £100, I think it is. It's like this Fendora hat. I love hats. I do love hats. I need to start wearing them. Oh, you want to know about the similarities, Eric? Okay, no worries. We'll talk about that now. Yeah. I thought Pluto and Capricorn were, but it's Leo. Is it? Yeah, Leo stands out and shine. The sun. Yeah, the Leos are the sun. Yes. Eric, hold on 1 second. Dennis, love that. Where can we buy narcissist repellent? Do you know what? You got to cultivate it within you. All right. You got to cultivate that within you. You've got that energy. We can all repel them because we've already got that within us. All right. That's all it is. That's all it is. Okay. Right. So borderline personality disorder. It fits in with the dark triad. Actually, they moved it from I think it's the third classification within like personality disorders into the dark triad. And borderline, I would say, is more, if we're looking at it in terms of narcissistic traits, which there are a lot of overlaps. And remember, this is my opinion, because I know that I've talked about this before, and I know that people had varying opinions on this, and that's absolutely fine. Like, I respect your opinions as well. I mean, not as well, but I do respect your opinions on the topic. Because sometimes, you know what, I can get it wrong as well. You know, like, I do sometimes get it wrong, and I don't mean to. I thought it was right, but obviously it's not. So I do apologize. But I know that there are overlaps in terms of narcissistic and borderline traits. And ultimately, when we look at these things, is personality disorder is an umbrella term. And there are lots of different concepts and variations within that term of personality disorder. But I think it's very hard to determine personality disorder, because ultimately my understanding of it is that actually it's a dysfunctional ego, right? It's a dysfunctional way of looking at the world. It's a dysfunctional way of being in the world, because a lot of them are just surviving. Okay, look, we've all got a personality, But what's to say one is just more dysfunctional than the other? Is, you know, like you could say mine's dysfunctional or yours is dysfunctional. There's something about my personality that is dysfunctional. So it's very hard to determine and to diagnose. But I know that with the rising numbers of people being diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, it's very much become quite a popular diagnosis, when perhaps maybe there could be further tests done in terms of being able to determine whether that person is narcissistic, psychopathic, sociopathic, or indeed borderline. But borderline have, again, very similar to narcissistic traits, whereas I feel like with the borderline, they're able to, or they believe to be able to express their emotions or show emotions a little bit more. Whilst there is no empathy within this, they do tend to become a lot more aggressive, a lot more angry. But then again, they can show you intermittent parts of what loving someone or liking you or caring for you. The narcissist can do that too. But it all just depends. Again, it's your perception, how you see it. Remember, all of this is about a dysfunctional ego. Eric says rage fits are off the scale with BPD. Yes. But again, remember, like with narcissism, borderline, this is all personality disorders. So I feel like the two kind of blend in to one, whereas perhaps maybe a borderline might be a bit more aware of their emotions, a bit more aware of how they are making you feel. But please don't mistake this for empathy. They have lower levels of this. I feel like a lot of the diagnosis, look, I'm just saying this is a matter of opinion, they are misdiagnosed and they are given this medication in a bid to be able to hopefully be able to cure it or be able to manage it. But I feel like it just manages the symptoms, really. It doesn't cure it. Yes, Hessel, to regulate the symptoms. It doesn't cure it, because you can't cure a personality disorder, let alone borderline or narcissism. There is no cure. Again, this is my opinion. I know that some of you will also disagree with me, but that's okay. That's okay. I hope that answers the question, because I feel I'm kind of skating around the subject. I really hope that that does make sense. There are a lot of similarities between the two. I do know that. But I feel with the borderline, they're a little bit more expressive with their emotions and bits and pieces. Like, my ex stopped taking medication as she said it made her put on weight. Yes, it will do. Antipsychotic medication will do that, or very strong antidepressants will do that. Yeah. And I can believe it, but it's such a shame that she did stop taking the medication. Dennis says curing or growing new neural pathways. No, it doesn't do either. Not curing and doesn't grow new neural pathways. No. You need to have a growth mindset for that. Okafazal says, sorry, if I haven't said your name correctly, I'm so sorry. Okafazal, sorry, I hope I said that correctly. Can you cure a dismissive avoidant? No, you can't. And therapy can't help. Medication can't help, because you're talking about a, sorry about this, my mind's gone blank. Attachment disorder, a type of attachment. So that's all to do with childhood experiences and the way that the child would have coped. The reason why they're an avoidant dismissive is because warmth, love, nurture was given intermittently to that child. So what they do is they distance themselves, they avoid that, so that they don't become reliant or dependent on another person, so that they don't expect it or they don't want it, but they also don't give it. So they become kind of desensitized to it. That really is what happens with a dismissive avoidant. It's quite hard to have a relationship with someone who is a dismissive avoidant. Or also, they do have narcissistic traits as well, because they are dismissive and they are avoidant as well. So they can overlap with narcissistic traits, but that all comes as a trauma response, trauma way of looking at things. So they desensitize to being loved and showing love. It's a real shame, but it's all to do with the upbringing and the way that they have bonded to their caregivers or their parents. Bonnie says, narcissists seem to be more able to regulate their emotions, but both are anxious avoidant. Yeah, I agree with you, Bonnie. I feel like a lot of them feel like they do try to regulate. I think a lot of it is just to be able to be in control and show like this stone cold, not to show emotions so that you can't read them. And ultimately, that's what it is. They're hiding, aren't they? They don't want other people to be able to read them emotionally and then be able to take advantage of them. I think ultimately it's about the hiding. It's about this huge protection, isn't it? And they look at us, people who show emotion, who show love, who show kindness, as weaker than them, don't they? It's so sad. It's so sad that they can't do that. Eric says a professional told her she may never have a proper relationship. Yeah. Because she cannot connect. That's why. And that's such a shame. That really is such a shame that she's unable to connect to herself. Navy Mars 7 says, at a stage of a very scary, like a person I have never met and I have known them 25 years. And this is very sad. This is indeed very sad, because the people that you do know, people that you do love, you don't actually know them. This is such a strange analogy, isn't it? That you don't know this person, or you've never known them, because they never really showed their true self. They couldn't, because it was all about masking and hiding that. And that really is such a shame that these individuals are like this. But remember, this is all about protection. This isn't you. It's not your responsibility to change them. You can't. I know it's really difficult. And I understand why you feel that, why you think that, because I've often thought that myself too. But we just got to meet people who how they choose to come and show themselves to us. We can only work with what we've got. Again, we're not magicians. We're not psychologists, therapists to try and cure this person. Sometimes we've just got to accept that it can't be cured and it can't be helped. And we've just got to be able to just go through life and just understand that actually what we've got to think about is ourselves. And I know that time is running out. And that's what I really want to kind of say, is that you have to put yourself first in this life, because this life belongs to you. It doesn't belong to anybody else. Doesn't belong to me. Doesn't belong to your neighbor. Doesn't belong to the person who owns the studio. Do you know what I mean? Your life belongs to you. And so you have to make this work for you. Remember, this isn't about, you being stuck in this victim mentality, or in this place where you feel that you are going to stay stuck and not be able to move forward from this. At the end of the day, we all have a choice, and we all have a choice of how we live our life. So make a difference in your life. Make a difference in somebody else's life, but someone who deserves your kindness, your energy, and your love. Okay, maybe that is a family member. Maybe it's your pet. Maybe it's your children. Okay, but don't stay in that place of dwelling, of stuckness, where you always think about the past and always think that perhaps maybe things could have been different. They were never going to be different. It was always going to be like this, because with a narcissist or with a toxic relationship, it's always going to stay that way. It's always going to be like that. It's not going to change. So what do? Stay in that misery with them, in that hell with them. No, it's kind of like you've got to let go, and there is an art of letting go, not holding on to things, not allowing things to bother you in that way. I've got a great meditation. I just got to put this in there, my friends. Just got to do a bit of self-advertising here. I do have a meditation on my website, which you can download, and it's called Letting Go. And the reason why I recorded that is because it is about just not caring, not holding on to things that don't serve you, okay? And your past is the past. You can't go back and you can't change it. Okay, what you do have a choice on is right now. Right now, you are here with all of us in this community, trying to work on yourself, trying to better yourself, okay, trying to uplift yourself and heal. Okay, so keep going with this, all right? Keep going. Keep working on yourselves. Remember, they are not on your level. Remember what level you are at, okay, up there. That's the level that you are at. So you keep your mind and your heart at this level. You protect yourself, you put boundaries in place, be aware. Michael, if you guys want to get the meditation, see in the description box, it's on my website. It's askanushka.co.uk. You'll see it's in the description box. My question is about trying to increase awareness is to address whether there might be a chance of inducing self-awareness. Yeah, this is all about, so self-awareness is about coming home to yourself, working on yourself, being you. Thank you. I've got so I've got 66 people watching and 111 likes. Thank you to every single one of you. You are amazing. Do not forget this. And I'm not just saying that. I'm not just saying that because I just say it like that. I say the truth, my friends. I know sometimes those of you that have worked with me know that I do sometimes say things and might not be what you want to hear, but I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you the truth, okay? Because the truth will set you free. Not always what we want to hear. But I do care about you guys, and I do want you to go forward in your lives, all right, and not stay stuck. Train your brain to become strong, okay? Look past this, all right, and see this, that you are not going to be a victim in these circumstances. You're not a victim of your life, all right? You are here to live your life and to actually enjoy it and to have a good time whilst living your life, all right? So guys, I really hope, I'm going to say goodnight, or to those of you, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Here it's late in the UK, but I love this. I love being here with you. I really do. I'm not just saying that. I really do enjoy this. I'll be back next Tuesday, same time, 9 p.m. UK time. If you guys want to reach out, or if you're going for any of the things that I have, thank you, Gary, any of these things that we have talked about, please know that I do offer one-to-one consultations. Thank you so much. Barbara, you're right. Live in the moment. Isabel, you're welcome, my dear. Oh, bless you. Hope you all have a great week. Gary, good night. Laurie, thank you. Navy Mar 7, please have another one of these. I will do. Next week, next Tuesday, I'll be here next Tuesday. Thank you, Eric. Big hugs to you too. Thank you. And Hessel, thank you. P48, thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. You're amazing as well. Yes, Bonnie, you too, sleep well. Guys, don't stop loving yourselves, okay? Be kind, be patient. You're going through this and you're going to get through this, and it's going to be great. You're going to have a great week, okay? It's going to be amazing. And what else was I going to say? I've got a brand new video coming out tomorrow. Obviously, I don't even know what the title is. I'm really sorry about this. I've completely forgotten. So there is a new video coming out tomorrow at 8 p.m. usual time, UK time. Sorry, I know there's all different time zones. So yeah, UK time tomorrow. New video Friday as well. Can any of you believe that it's the 1st of August already on Thursday? Where is this year gone? I don't know. I was talking Who was I talking with this about? I don't understand how it's already August. Where has 8 months gone? I blinked and they've gone. I'm still in March, April. Wow. I don't know if you guys feel this as well, because I'm like, literally, how has this time gone? But we are, my friends, in Leo season, my favorite time of year, because I'm a Leo as well. Guys, wishing you all the best. Have an amazing, amazing week. And I will see you next Tuesday. Same time, same place, with the chocolate on the wall. Take care. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.